Alright, what's going on everyone on YouTube? NES Ruler. I figured we'd come and shoot a video today looking at all my out-of-print movies in my collection. I know some people have asked me to shoot this, and I know that a lot of people, like JP and some others, have shot their own out-of-print collection videos, so I figured I might as well come and shoot mine. So we're just going to be doing it handheld today, so I apologize if anything starts to look juggly, found footagey and shitty, so I apologize for that, but I think I have everything pulled that I think is out of print. There might be some more stuff in here that's maybe out of print, but I just don't know simply because of the fact I can't keep up on everything that's gone out of print. But I guess let's start at the top with some of my more, I guess, rarer titles, you could say. We got the Return of the Living Dead UK Steelbook. This is probably the best way to see this film. It's really fantastic edition. It has a nice booklet inside, and it has the documentary More Brains, I think that's what it's called, on here in HD. It's the only way to get it in HD. It's a fantastic documentary about the making of the film. It's the only way to get it. So really, really great edition of that film, which you can no longer get. Ty West. And then we have the Evil Dead 2 Book of the Dead edition. I have to get the other one some way down the line, but I found this way, way cheap a long time ago, so I grabbed it. It's really in nice shape, actually. There's no tearing or anything like that, so yeah. This edition's out of print, but of course you could get in 8 million other editions. Some steel books, and then of course probably the most rarest out of print film in my collection. That is focused. That, of course, is Fright Night 2. Yeah. So, man, I was so excited when I found this. I got this for $8 at Half Price Books, and it's probably the best find I've ever had. Super, super happy to have this. So, yeah, Fright Night 2. And then finally, we have Serbian film, brown box edition. Can't really find no price on this one because you can't sell it on eBay, so it's kind of hard to find an exact price on it, but from what I've read, it's worth around like $35 to $40, so super happy to have that. I actually traded some stuff from a friend for that who found it cheap, so that was pretty cool. So let's get into the DVDs now. First we have Amityville Dollhouse. This is probably the rarest of the Amityville films on DVD, so if you find it, pick it up. It's not very good, but it fetches between $35 and $40. Then we have Amityville New Generation. Now this film was kind of hard to find for a while, but over like the past few months, more copies have started to show up on different places, so it's not that hard to find anymore, but it's still out of print. You're looking to pay around $15 to $20 for it still if you want to pick up a copy, so that is that. Next we have Beware the Blob, or Beware the Blob. This is getting re-released very soon by Kino on Blu-ray, but as of right now, it's still out of print. It's the Image release of this film. But once again, this is another film that's died down in price over time simply because you could pick it up now relatively easily in the future, so you can still get about $10 to $15 for this. It used to be worth $25 to $30, but unfortunately that's not the case anymore. I have films in here like Body Bags, used to be out of print. A whole bunch of films in here that used to be out of print but are no longer out of print. So next we have Campfire Tales. This is the printed Warner Brothers release. I know you could get this now on Burn On Demand on Amazon and the Warner Archives, but this is the official pressed release of this film, and you could get that still today for around $20 or so, $15 to $20 for that. Ooh, let's see what else we got. Anything on this row? No. Anything on this row? If you guys see anything that's out of print, my apologies. I just can't remember everything. Evil Ed, of course. probably the second most rarest film in my collection. Got this for $2 at Family Video a long time ago. Probably my best Family Video find ever. So yeah, that's the unrated version. There's another version of it, but if you want to pick that up, you're probably looking to pay between $30 to $40 for it, depending on where you find it. Next, we have the Fantasy Film World of George Pal. This is a really fantastic documentary about George Pal. He was a sci-fi guy during the times of, like, you know, pretty much during the golden era of sci-fi films. And this is a really good documentary on it, out of print, released by Image, old snapper case. You're looking to pay between $20 and $25 for this if you can find it. Next, we have Female Trouble, John Waters film. Yeah, there's not much to say about this. It's John Waters, NC-17 goodness, sleazy. Not as good as Pink Flamingos, but same cast and all that. So if you want to find this, you're looking to pay between, I think now, between $15 and $20 for it. You could used to get it for really dirt cheap, but that isn't the case anymore. Gutterballs, yeah. This film actually is out of print. You can still find it relatively easily if you want it still, but I don't think they're no longer pressing it. And you could still pick it up for between $10 and $15, but it's not the easiest film to find anymore like it used to be. But you should pick that up. That film is absolutely fantastic, as you guys know. Let's go back up to the second shelf. Once again, I apologize if you see something that's out of print. I forgot to pull. You know, things like The Howling 2 used to be out of print, not anymore. Whole bunch of stuff that used to be out of print. We have Inside, Dimension Extreme, probably the best French extreme film out there, out of the major ones. Yeah. You can still find this sometimes relatively easily, but if you want a copy now, you're going to be paying between $10 to $20 for it. Probably cheaper if you're able to find it for a good deal, but you should pick that up. That film is absolutely amazing. We have the original Invaders from Mars, actually out of print. Not that easy to find, to be completely honest. I guess this was a box set at some point, but I found this at a thrift store a long time ago. If you want this, you're looking to pay between $25 to $30, I think, or $20 to $30. So it's not that easy to find. I know it's surprising, but nothing here. Nothing here. We got The Manitou. This film is really bizarre. Very strange. Tony Curtis. Really bizarre film. I hope this gets re-released down the line. It's super strange. If you want to pick up a copy, you're probably going to pay between $15 to $20 for it, sometimes more. But I highly recommend it. It's a really cheesy, low-budget goof fest. Next we have Maximum Overdrive, another film you could pick up relatively easily today in that other pack with one of the other Arnold films. Can't remember what it is, but this is the Anchor Bay edition that's out of print. The best way to view the film. You're still looking to pay between $15 to $20 for this if you want it today, sometimes cheaper. Like I said, if you want to pick up the other edition. Let's go down here. We have the Night Stalker and the Night Strangler MGM release. So I'm getting some glare now because the light's directly above me. Yeah, typical MGM out of print release. If you want this, you'd be probably paying around $15 to $20, sometimes more. And we got the Phantasm films, which of course everybody's looking for. Now, Phantasm 1, $15 to $20. If you have the Anchor Bay Special Edition, a little bit more. Phantasm 3, the hardest one to find. You're looking to pay between $35 to $40 for this now, which is crazy. I paid like $6 for this when we were doing the Phantasm show on the podcast. And then Phantasm 4, same deal. I paid like $6 for this, and this is worth around $25 to $30 now. be typically more because it's a well-known franchise and people really want it. So absolutely insane for those. We have Pumpkinhead 3, Ashes to Ashes, and Pumpkinhead 4, Blood Feud. These used to be harder to find than what they are now, but they're out of print. You can still get them cheap sometimes. So yeah, if you find them and you want Pumpkinhead, got those. We got the Return of Spinal Tap. Yes, if you guys don't know, they did make a second Spinal Tap film. You can get this on VHS and Laserdisc relatively easily, but the DVD is quite rare to find. And if you guys like Spinal Tap, you definitely want to pick this up if you can find it. You're looking between $40 and $50 for this now. Sometimes cheaper again if you get it in an auction, but yeah, super rare. And finally, on the DVDs, I think, we have Rumpelstiltskin. Yeah, this movie's terrible, but I got this for dirt cheap on an eBay auction a few years back. Now it's pretty hard to find. You're looking between 15 to 20, sometimes 25 for this. So if you find a copy of Rumpelstiltskin, pick it up. I know like Paramount has it online now on YouTube for their new fall program that they're doing, but DVD copies pretty hard to find. Nothing really here, nothing on this shelf. And then I just have a few out of print Blu-rays. I used to have more. I had Dead Alive, but I got offered $80 for it, and I couldn't say no. The transfer is crap, and the DVD looks fine. And for $80, you could take it. And then some of these Hellraiser individual releases, like Hell World and one of the other ones, I got like $35 a piece for them. It's just like, okay, could have them. But these are just a few out-of-print Blu-rays that I have. There's not too many out there right now, but yeah. Dark Knight of the Scarecrow, I guess it's officially out of print, but it's not that hard to find. You can still get it on VCI and stuff like that, but I guess it's considered out of print. We have the old Anchor Bay Dawn of the Dead Blu-ray. Of course, once again, out of print. Looking to pay between $20 to $25 for this if you want it. One of the first Blu-rays released. Still has the old Anchor Bay logo down there. I know I talked about this a few weeks back in one of my updates, but the individual release of Friday the 13th Part 7 and Part 8, super hard to find. I got this last copy of this off Walmart's website. Now it's going between $40 to $45 if you want this individual release. And if you find Part 3 and Part 4, pick that up because that's even rarer. I ordered one like 3 months ago, and I probably never ever going to get it. But these individual Friday the 13th releases, quite rare to find. Not this one. This one's quite easy to find, but if you find the Part 3, Part 4 set and this set, you should pick it up. And then, like I said before, some of the Hellraiser films. I still have Bloodline, $15, $20 for this one, and Hellseeker, not that much more expensive, between $10 and $15. So yeah, that is everything in my out-of-print stuff that I have in my collection. I think there might be some more in here, but I'm not completely positive, like I said. But if you guys like this type of video, let me know. Give it a thumbs up. And as always, you can follow me on Twitter at twitter.com/NESRulers22. Hope everybody's doing well. And I'll talk to you guys soon with another video. Talk to you guys later. See ya.